Look at you, your vanilla ice cream. You are yummy. You are kind. You're always on my mind. Uncle Peter Schiff, what are you doing today, friendly uncle? Uncle Peter Schiff has called out Richard Hart as another crook that I correctly called out years ago. Now, what's very interesting, friends, is that you all deserve a bit of a pump because as soon as Peter posted this, I was in shock because I was like, wait a minute. This dude is calling someone else a crook when his Euro Pacific fund has done a return so bad, there should be jail for this. Now, when I posted this, there were some people who didn't believe me. No chance. Friends, this is true. Last bull market, that's right, 13 years, Peter's fund lost you 11% and you paid a 2% management fee per year. You're down 30% after 10 years. 10 to 13 years of the greatest bull market of all time. How? Well, I know how, friends. That's why I'm here to tell you how. Firstly, he was long gold. Secondly, he was long all the emerging markets fighting USA. So it was like the most anti-American portfolio you could get. They all got crushed beyond imagination. He bought utility companies and energy of non-US companies. So their currencies got depreciated because the US dollar was strong. Their stock markets got obliterated and everything got butchered. All right. Now, obviously, friends, I'm telling you, no, Peter's not a crook because, yes, legally you do this and you do that. But look, man, what word do you want to give somebody who goes on TV and macro talking points with all the conviction in the world and you've lost everybody money for 13 years? What word do you want to give that? Who cares about the word? I'm just telling you, I love Uncle Petey. I love him. But Uncle Petey, he doesn't win in investing. He gets it wrong. He's a good signal. Now, we all know him from the memes of Bitcoin. Whenever Uncle Peter Schiff is like very like, bearish, it's like Bitcoin's about to rally. But there's a lesson to learn here, friends. There are two different skill sets you need when it comes to being a top-tier economist or analyst or analyst versus an investor. Do you understand that? And you need a heavy beat for that. You need balls. Big balls, friends. You need big balls. Because there are smart people everywhere. And they're going to be telling you, hey, this is my information here for you. This man's a crook. Everything's going to go down. The opposite of up. All right. Now, what I loved about this, okay, when I see this information, I hope you're learning from me, friend. That's why you like, subscribe, belly button, or, okay? You shock the algorithm. You get to learn from me. When this appears, you might get upset. Well, I'm here to tell you, I didn't get upset. I don't really care. I'm here to tell you, look at this, okay? Look at this. Uncle Peter Schiff gave free marketing to HEX and Richard Hart. What you don't know, friends, is the human brain doesn't work how you think it works. The human brain puts a memory bank and then you put words and concepts in that memory bank. You understand that? Now, over time, you can't remember whether you had a bad feeling or a good feeling to that thing inside your memory bank. And guess what? Over time, there's a thing called nostalgia. Your brain, as a coping mechanism, just thinks things were better than they are. Now, if you go back to your life, you might think of relationships when you were dating much younger. Maybe you used to have friends back in the day. You're like, oh, those times are so great. No, they weren't so great. Your brain is trying to remember them as great. Now, this is interesting. You're probably wondering, how does this lead to crypto? Yeah, I'll tell you it leads to crypto, okay? Because when those candles stop appearing red, and they appear green, what do you think people are going to do? Do you think people are going to say, oh, golly Dre, it's a scam, it's a scam? No, they're not. No, they're not. Of course they're not. No, they're not. They bought SHIB up 1000x, and then it went another 1000x. They bought Doge up when it was up 100x, and then it went 220x, okay? They buy these coins when they go up. Because what's happened is their brain has been infiltrated in their memory bank, you understand? And that's how the game works. So I can put it to you another way, friends. The US president, Joe Biden, can call HEX a scam every single day on public TV. And you might think that's bad. And I will say, well, at some point, Bitcoin goes up and then HEX is green. I wonder what people are going to think then. There you go. That's the spark. That's all you need. Right? So you've already seen this, by the way. Have you heard of a coin called FTT, which is FTX's coin, friends? Look what it did. Bang. FTT, SBF's Ponzi coin. Zero value. Or is it? By the way, it went up. You know, our friend Bitty Boy says, consider putting FTT in your portfolio. Can you believe it? How? Friends, just to tell you the hypocrisy and the irony of this. Do you know Bitty Boy he was one of the guys who went after SBF the hardest, by the way. He was the guy talking about SBF, saying he's evil, he's evil. And now he's like, oh, by the way, put his coin in your portfolio now that he's in jail and the Ponzi's worth zero. How does that happen, friends? It's crazy, isn't it? How, like, if there was any person to not even mention the word FTT by name out of pure spite, it would be BitBoy. But he's talking about it. I'm telling you, the game doesn't work how you think it works. So this was actually free marketing by Uncle Peter Schiff. Now, Uncle Peter Schiff, recently, he got accused of money laundering, tax evasion for running his bank. He was basically put as guilty before he was able to prove his innocence, okay? And I even put all the articles out here. Illegally obscuring Euro-Pacific Bank. You know what happened, friends? So Uncle Peter Schiff, I know when I tell you this, you're going to be so shocked. Uncle Peter Schiff, instead of doing crypto, he tried to make a bank that uses gold and has better store of value and doesn't do the fractional stuff and trying to do the best bank in the world. And guess what? They take him down. They take him down straight away. He can't do it. They're trying to crush him. So it's funny. Everyone's like, dude, you know, we literally invented cryptocurrency to remove middlemen. And he's like, nah, it doesn't matter. I'm going to make my own bank anyway. Gets crushed, destroyed. And then this is the funny part. He gets accused of all these illegal activities. The whole comment section is saying, you're a fraud, you're a fraud. He finally wins in court. By the way, it's not a real win, friends. But so how the bug eaters work is they don't kill you, all right? They basically, they drain out your money and your time for a long time. And then if you piss them off again, they go, oh, you know how we took you down for like a year and a half last time? Yeah, next time it's going to be 5 years if you try to piss us off again. Hope you learned your lesson. That's how the game works, okay? So as soon as Peter is free for one day, he comes out and he does the exact same thing he was accused for and hated. He goes and does it to Richard Hart. The exact same thing, all right? Now, I found that interesting. So don't forget, this is actually true, friends. You look it up yourself. I love Uncle Peter Schiff, but for him to call someone else a crook, right? Like, you shouldn't be opening your mouth at this point because your fund is down. People lost 30% after the stock market went up 300%. So you're effectively down 90%. So if you had $100,000, you would be worth 300,000. Instead, you're worth 60,000, right? So you got crushed, absolutely crushed beyond imagination. All right, now this is the actual fund, Europac fund. There's lessons here, right? So obviously you can see now the lesson is that the skill set of being a good economist or a thinker is not the same skill set as being a good investor or investee, depending if you got your pants on or not. A good investor is going to look for good risk-reward plays. You try to see what is the market priced in? What is the market positioned for? Okay, is everybody positioning for super good times? Okay, well, what if those super good times don't happen? All right, that's what you're looking for. Or is everybody positioned for bad times? Okay, everybody's positioned for this thing to be a scam. Okay, well, what if it's not a scam? I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying, what if it's not? Well, the upside would be pretty big, right? That's the mindset you need. Unfortunately, a lot of people are not built for this mindset because it means you got to take hit after hit. You got to cop it on the chin so many times. You got to get up the next day and go, nah, it's fresh day. See you later. I'm going to win. You really need to be a peanut brain. Okay. It is a game of speculation, friends. It's always the same speculation. It's not a game of like, here are the rules. You must follow the rules always. Guess what? The rules get broken. The rules get broken precisely when everybody starts following the rules. It's a moving target, but that's why the upside is so great if you can figure this out. Okay. Luckily for you, man, you got a channel here that kind of helps you do it for free. Isn't that funny? Now you can see you need more balls than brains. We buy low, we sell high, of course. Want to know what else is fascinating, right? So free marketing is good. I'll tell you, I don't care. Get everybody to call my coin a scam. I don't really care. So what happens is, okay, you can see it, right? So you want a little bit, there are brains out here, okay, friends? People's brains. Let's do this. It's all everyone's brains, okay? And someone out here, okay, he's a soy boy. So he's a soy boy, drinks milk, okay? And this soy boy is speaking to everybody and saying, this thing is a scam. And what they're doing is they're putting, it's a scam. It's a scam, right? So let's do this. Let's call it X coin. X coin, it's a scam. It's a scam. Guess what? What they don't know is the word scam is used everywhere. So relative to the X coin brand in people's brains, we remember unique things, right? Because everything else gets blurred out. For example, if I were to tell you, okay, how many times did you use the word and, A-N-D, in your sentences yesterday? You're like, oh my God, I have no idea. I have no idea where to start. My brain completely deleted it. Yeah, of course it did. All right, so you can see that right now. So in everybody's brains, the word scam is thrown out, and what's left? Xcoin. And what you've just done is you have planted Xcoin, in this case, HEX, in all these people's brains. All right. Now, don't get this misconstrued. You're probably going to think, oh, why doesn't the coin go up yet? Yeah, it doesn't go up yet. Just telling you, this acts as leverage when Bitcoin is screaming higher, doesn't it? Okay. When Bitcoin's screaming higher, you have now planted the word HEX and Richard Hart and Pulse Chain and PulseX. You've planted words in their brains that would not have been there if you just shut your mouth. But they couldn't shut their mouths because their egos are so big. They fall into the trap every time. That's why I'm always going to win at this game. And that's why I can tell you too, because people just don't know how to shut their mouths. They don't. When they're depressed, they let me know they are depressed. I feel it too. I'm depressed too. But then they sell and they tell you they sell. Oh, sweet. Okay. I'm buying more. And when they're up here, they're going to tell you, you know what? I don't have one girlfriend. I've got 7 girlfriends. I don't have one chair. I've got 2 squeaky chairs. Look, what do you need 2 squeaky chairs for? You only got one bum, right? But they can't think straight because they're euphoric. And they will let us know, I'm buying more. Leverage, let's go. We're going up triple. You understand? See, this is the beautiful part. Twitter, consumer sentiment, you can feel it. All right. Now, eventually, this game is not going to work as good because the market's going to be too big, like the stock market. But while we have this advantage, we are going to use it. I want you to think about this, okay? Free marketing is good. Free marketing is always good. You understand? Friends, I don't know if you've noticed, but every day I wake up and someone tries to call me out. Someone tries to call me out. Someone wants to do a debate. Someone will try to bait me into a meme. Every day. Keep doing it. Keep doing it, friends. I feed it. I'm telling you, you can do the same thing too. You don't really have to do much. You just got to remember, go, okay, this is actually the path to success, even though it feels like the path of failure. You understand? Why does it feel like the path of failure? Because we're buying low, because you're contrarian. That's why it feels like. Remember, you got to go the opposite of what your gut instinct is telling you. Look at all the things that Uncle Petey Schiff could have tweeted about. Litecoin halvening. My neighbor would have went really erect if you heard that one. Polkadot firing everyone. You know what I mean? Peter Schiff should be talking about Polkadot more than anybody else because he's like, Polkadot is an example of what most cryptocurrencies are like. They're just dressed up decentralization schemes with companies attached to them. They hire people, they fire people. It's just a company avoiding securities laws. Right, I literally told Peter Schiff's best arguments against crypto right to his face. And you know what? He's right for 99.9% of crypto. He's wrong for that 0.1%. That's why we're here for those ones that moon, okay? He doesn't talk about it. Why? Ego. Nobody from Polkadot went and debated him. Peter Schiff did not debate Gavin Wood, did he? You see these debates? Richard Hart, Peter Schiff. You understand? He did not debate him. You see, friends. You know, men, we all follow the same pattern. We get ego, we get pride, we want to brag about winning. You know, the CIA knows all these, friends. That's how the CIA keep trapping all these guys to do it, friends. Okay, look at this. What about Cosmos' new coin? Oh, Atom. It's called Atom 2 because the founder wants to change the tokenomics and people don't want to move because the network effect's too sticky. Now you've gone too far. Right? He didn't talk about that, did he? What about the new layer 2 scam chain Blast? More like blast you in the ass, okay? How about he doesn't talk about that? Oh, what? What about Vitalik's new article? Okay, probably Peter couldn't understand it like most people, right? What about Charlie Hoskinson saying Bitcoin is poopy? Did he speak about him? Nope. No. What's he speaking about instead? Richard Hart is another crook that I correctly called out years ago. I love Uncle Peter Schiff. The words he says, if you interpret them with a personal agenda, you're going to get upset every time. You're not going to make it, all right? It's a game, friends. It's a game. Oh, you think Peter's not playing the game too? Peter's playing the game. Yes, Uncle Peter Schiff plays the game better than everybody else. How do you explain a man who is down 30% after fees in the greatest bull market of all time, the longest bull market of all time, yet he's still gaining followers? Explain that to me. You don't need to explain that to me because I've already told you he's playing the game too. He knows. He goes, okay, remember Peter will get like 15 things wrong. He gets one thing right. He goes, okay, I'll go attach that thing I'll get right. I'll go put it in a post. Bang, there you go. He's just farming these views. Farming them for views. Remember, why am I putting these results up? It's not to tell you Peter Schiff's investment's trash, which it is. I'm just to tell you Peter's money is made from shilling this stuff. It's not made from investing. You get it? I make my stuff from investing, so I don't sound good. They're like, oh, but you're talking bad about my bags that you also hold. Yeah, suck it up. I'm that convicted. I can talk bad about them. I don't give a damn. All right, they suck. The prices suck. Or the prices are good. Oh, the prices are good, but they're now expensive. That's going to feel really bad for people, by the way. I'm saying, yes, this thing is great, but I thought it was going to be expensive, much higher, but actually, based off everybody's emotions, it's expensive right now. They were like, no, how could you? Yeah, it's the game, friends. It's the game. Not everybody's built for this game. That's why most people are just built they're better off just taking a super long-term view, passive investing, Bitcoin, Ethereum, buying that blue chip, whatever the index is. That's why when we get that index, friends, it'll solve a lot of problems, but it'll also create more problems because the gains are gone. Okay, wait for that crypto 100x. Might actually be a turbo top signal. You want to know what's the most interesting part of all, friends? Uncle Peter Schiff, in his infinite wisdom, he could have spoken about so many other coins and called them a scam. Celsius, all these other things. And guess what? He did talk about, hey, we're getting these yield and stuff. He did, but he's dropped them. He's just moved on, doesn't care. Calls Bitcoin's a scam. They're all scams. You understand, friends? There's something going on here. What is it? I'll tell you what it is, okay? So the answer is this. The answer is you have Uncle Petey here, and then you have, for example, HEX over here, okay? Uncle Petey, he is used to basically palming everything off, okay? Let's just put a little fist here. He's used to palming everything off. So fist, just palms everything off. Whatever comes his way. Palm it off, all the poop. Then HEX comes along. Petey's like, hey, look at you with your HEX over here, okay? HEX comes along and he palms it off, but then the community is still there. And then he palms it off again. The community is still there. He palms it off again. The community is getting louder. And eventually his pride and his ego reveals that he's been yelling into the cyberspace against this thing that was meant to die, that this community was meant to go away, but they're not going away, all right? Now, is this good for investing? No. because this has nothing to do with investing. Because you can actually use this as a signal. You go, oh, well, golly gee, this probably means this thing's undervalued. But, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not, friends. I'm just telling you, on average, that's why analysts, economists, reporters, journalists, that's why they suck. It's because they're using the wrong mindset. They're using a mindset that a politician needs to impress a group of people to win votes and sound smart. That's a skill set, but it's not the real skill set for investing. The skill set for investing is a moving target. All right. In investing, doesn't matter how something good is, how good it is. It could be amazing. It can be expensive, and it will be expensive. Also, it doesn't matter how bad something is. Most of the time, there is a price too low. Yes, there is. Okay. For example, would you buy Celsius for $1? I'd buy it. Imagine you can buy the whole company for $1. Every single Cell token, you buy it for $1. I'd buy it for $1. Okay, sweet. Now, would you buy it for a market cap of $1 billion? You go, nah, that's too expensive. What about $1? Oh, that's too cheap. You see what I mean? There are prices too cheap and prices too expensive for everything. And that's the mindset you need to be a good investor. Don't forget, you're always going to be my friend. Don't worry about these guys, friends. We're going to make it. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, or catch you in the next one.